Hi, I'm Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this fall or autumn pillow. Now on it, it has these little prairie points around all four sides. Now prairie points, there's no sewing to make these. They're really quick and really fast to make. And then on the back of the pillow is a slip cover. So you can insert your existing pillows inside, and this way you can change the look of your living room by changing your pillows out throughout the different seasons. Now, if you are interested in making a fall holiday table runner, like this one, this is one of many, I'll give you information at the end of the video so you can get to those video links to make a table runner. Now let's get started making this pillow. If you're going to use an existing pillow that you have to recover it, you want to measure from the side seam up over the top to the other side seam. Mine measures 17 inches. So add 1 inch to your measurement. Mine is 18 now, so I'm going to cut out a square of the fabric for the front, 18 inches square, and then one layer of cotton batting that is also 18 inches square. Then place the cotton batting on the back side of your fabric. Then scatter pins all over the top and then set it aside. Since this pillow cover is going to be a slip cover, the size of the fabric for the back needs to be a different size. So you want to take the measurement for your square on the front, which mine was 18. Then you're going to divide that number in half. That is 9 inches. Add 3 inches, so that's going to equal 12 inches. So you're going to cut two pieces that are 12 inches wide by 18 inches long. Then on one side of each piece, you're going to go to your ironing board and fold the edges over 1/4 inch and press the full length. Then fold it again 1/4 inch and press. And then stitch right along this edge right here. For the prairie points, you will need to cut out 3-inch wide strips of fabric. Then stack your strips and cut the selvage end off, which I have already done. Then you're going to place the 3.5-inch line on your ruler right on the end there. Line up all edges and then cut your prairie point squares. Then set it aside and then move the ruler down and keep cutting all of your squares. Now, the number of squares required depends on the size of your pillow. Each strip will give you 10 3.5-inch squares. Then take your squares and go to your ironing board and fold them in half and press it with your iron. So it's going to look like this. Then fold it in half again and press. So when you're done, they're going to look like this. Now take your fabric for the top with the cotton batting on the back, and at your sewing machine you're going to do some decorative top stitching. It's also called quilting stitches. So here are some suggestions for a particular pattern. You could just go side to side, crisscrossing back and forth. Here what it looks like on a diagonal pattern. Here is one with a decorative quilting stitch, which I have on my sewing machine, going side to side and up and down. Here's what it looks like on a diagonal. And if you want to do a diagonal pattern, whether you're doing straight lines or a decorative stitch, you would start in the middle and go corner to corner, then go over a few inches and stitch, over a few inches and stitch, and keep going till you get to the other side. Then come over and do this side over here. Then turn, go down the center again, and work your way out to the edges. I'm putting 7 prairie points on each side, so I needed a total of 28. Take your first prairie point for each side, have the raw edge against the raw edge there. Then just slide it in to where it hits that corner. All right, don't overlap any previous prairie point that you have. Then lift up that piece and lay it inside. And I've overlapped mine about 3/4 of an inch. And then you would just keep doing that, placing them inside. And as you get down to the very end, then you would place your last one right up against the prairie point in this corner. So don't pin them down on each side. Once you get them all laid out, then make sure they're evenly spread out and then place your pins. Then I recommend you stitch along the edge all the way around 4 sides just to stabilize them so that you have better control when you put the fabric on the back of your pillow. After you have stitched your prairie points on, then take the fabric for the back and line it up. And line it up on the 3 sides. Take your second piece, lay it over. These 2 will overlap. Line it up on all 3 sides. Once you have everything lined up, then go ahead and place pins along the edges. After you've pinned all 4 edges, then do a 1/2 inch seam all the way around the 4 sides. After you have finished stitching the back fabric onto your pillow, you need to cut some of the fabric off at the corner. If you don't, it's going to be way too bulky in the corners and they're not going to lay very nice. So because this is really thick, I'm going to use a rotary cutter. You want to leave about 1/8 of an inch of fabric between the very corner of the stitch line out. So I first recommend you go across this way and then come in from the side and cut towards where you just finished cutting. I'm going to turn this and then also go out to this side. Let me clean this off of my cutter and cut one more time. Do this at all 4 corners and then turn your pillow case front side out. After you have turned your pillowcase front side out, I would give it a good pressing all around the edges to set the prairie points. It'll look so much nicer if you do that. Then flip it over to the back and do the same thing. Give it a nice pressing. Now turn your pillowcase over to where the back side faces up. Lift up the top flap and insert your pillow. Then reach underneath and pull out, try not to pull too hard, and begin to insert your pillow into the form. And make sure you push everything into the corners. Smooth out your flap and then you're done. Well, I hope you decide to make this pillow cover. You'll find that it really is easy to make. Now, if you're interested in making a fall holiday table runner like this one, this is one of many that I have made, click on the playlist at the very end of the video in the upper right-hand corner, and you'll see many different holiday table runners that you can make. Now, if you liked this video, click on thumbs up. Also, click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Enter your email address, click on the bell so that you will receive emails about my latest video that has been released. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing.